Melanie is out grocery shopping when she gets a call from Kendra telling her that Taylor suffered an accident at the gym and is now in the hospital. Melanie and Kendra visit Taylor in the hospital, but she was still unconscious. Melanie is starting to get creeped out by all these strange and bizarre occurrences. Ever since she let the Ocelots use their court for their basketball games, a bunch of bad things have happened. First, Candace showing up and then disappearing. Kyle is arrested for murder. The coach from the Ocelots' rival team was found dead in an apparent suicide. And now this. Jace also happened to be at the hospital and was right outside of Taylor's room to eavesdrop on Melanie and Kendra's conversation. Now, Melanie doesn't just think that Jace is behind all of this. She knows. Melanie tells Kendra that she's going to go to the police station to tell Detective Burrows about her suspicions. Kendra wants to go with her, but Melanie insists that she stay with Taylor to keep her company. As Melanie is exiting the hospital, she sees a hooded person standing at the other end of the hallway. Melanie says she knows it's Jace and tells him to back off. The hooded person is still standing and staring at Melanie. But when she also threatened to call the police, they pull out a knife from their pocket and starts to run towards Melanie to attack her, but Melanie kicks attacker down and runs to the elevator that leads to the parking garage. Melanie made a run to her car, but the attacker ended up using the stairs and continued their pursuit towards Melanie. Ultimately, Melanie ended up cornered by the attacker, who held the knife very close to her. Thankfully, Kendra showed up in time and the attacker ran away. Melanie notices a note placed on the hood of the car. The note reads, "More people will get hurt if you don't learn to love me." Melanie and Kendra go to the police station to see Burrows and tell him about the attack at the hospital, as well as the note left on Melanie's car. She also tells him to look more into Alex's murder. Kyle is still insisting that he is innocent and that the actual killer is still out there somewhere. Melanie also asks Burrows to go visit Jace's house, which he does. Detective Burrows, along with the cops, pays a visit to Jace's mansion, but they didn't find anything incriminating. Jace had a feeling that the police would come visit him at some point. The bulletin board that had all the pictures of Melanie was replaced with another bulletin board that had pictures of Jace and his basketball team. Anything else that had to do with Melanie was also removed from the room. Melanie goes to the hospital to check on Taylor again, this time with Jared. On the way there, Detective Burrows calls. He tells Melanie that he visited Jace's mansion and didn't find anything. Burrows tells Melanie that she can't just be going around making baseless accusations about people, especially if they don't have a single strand of evidence to link to those things that they're being accused of. Detective Burrows then goes on to explain that they're still investigating Alex's murder, but nothing has come up yet. At the hospital, Melanie runs into Linda. She had bought a bouquet of flowers for Taylor. Melanie is sitting next to Taylor's hospital bed, when suddenly, she starts to move. Taylor had woken up from her coma. Linda calls for the nurses. Taylor explains that she didn't fall and hit her head. She was attacked by Jace. Taylor tells Melanie that Jace was dangerous and that he had to be stopped before he hurts any more people. Melanie has lunch with Kendra and Jared. They all tried to come up with a plan to stop Jace. Melanie finally comes up with an idea.